Hello, I am Daniel Hoesl. I am from Austria. My film here is Soldate Jeannette, and I've also was involved in the making of the trilogy by Ulrich Seidel, and I'm happy to be here. It's my first time in Australia. I've seen huge trees already and amazing birds, but I'm also excited to see all the Australian film scene.
When did you just arrived yesterday?
I arrived 2 days ago.
So I don't imagine you've come to see any films just yet.
I've seen the opening film.
What did you think?
That's an interesting insight into the Aborigine culture nowadays. I mean, seems very bleak to me. Australia is very far away from my home country, and with my European background, I always, and also being Austrian, like our nation basically caused historically 2 world wars. Other Europeans invaded different continents and ruined the lives sustainably by colonialism. And now I'm sitting here in the Hilton hotel while other people are suffering. Welcome to reality.
There's a lot about reality in your film. Can you talk a little bit about what inspired you to make this film, and in the way you did as well? Because I understand it wasn't scripted in a particular manner.
We work in a film collective. It's called European Film Conspiracy. Because we don't work with a screenplay, it's kind of hard to finance our films. I'm unable to cope with many of the rules that are implied to filmmaking, and I don't consider filmmaking so much as a business, but as means of expression and as an art form. And in that sense, I do not accept the dictatorship of money, and that's on the one side, which we did on the production side, because we would have shot the film without a budget. In the end, we ended up to receive some funding money, 60,000 euro, that would be like 90,000 US dollars, to make the film, and we would have made it without it, and the film would look the same if we would have received 4 million. My bank account would look prettier. And that on the one side. On the other side, it was important for us. Our 2 main protagonists are also very unsatisfied with the prospects of their lifestyles. One is very rich and has nothing but money, and living in this void. She is able to rise up and leave where she's stuck. And on the other hand, we have the other girl, and of course they meet, but they don't really team up. But both take off. The other one, the younger one, Christine, Anna in the movie, very complicated. She's stuck in the hamster wheel. She works on a farm. She's very unsatisfied with this manly community where she is. Where she lives, and together they rise up and leave. And besides all this, it's also based on their biographies. Johanna Orsini Rosenberg, who is the main actress, she has an aristocratic background and brings in a lot of her life experience, growing up on a castle, traveling the world and all these things, And the other girl, since we didn't have a screenplay, what I do is casting biographies. So I found the biography I was just talking about, and I found the biography of Christine, who grew up on the other spectrum, and was forced to work on a farm for food and lodging when she was in her teenage years. And when she told me that story, we started to scout a farm, and that's what you would see in the movie.
Now you're screening it at the Sydney Film Festival, and there have been other screenings around the world. what does it mean to be featured in amongst such great company from a film level?
I'm really happy, of course, to have an audience. I'm really looking forward to what the people in Australia, here in Sydney, how people will react. It's been screening in around the world, and like from Brazil, America, Europe, Asia, and as far as I've just spent 2 nights here, of course, in downtown Sydney. It doesn't seem to me that the crisis really has hit Australia as strong as it has hit Europe. Like in Greek, people are hungry; they are unable to afford food. People are out on the street in Spain, losing their apartments, and so people respond to our movie in very different fashion. Like in Salt Lake City in Utah, people, because our main protagonist, she burns money in a film, a huge amount of money. People told me that's against our religion, and where elsewhere, like in Poland, post a communist country, people were cheering, and so it's I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen tonight at our screening.